Today is fine day in California.
Huh?
Choose.
What is up, YouTube? My name is RSMario, aka The Real Super Mario, bringing you another episode of my wildly unpopular internet show, Fake Leak Theater. So on today's episode of Fake Leak Theater, we have some information, another text dump on the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, going into some of the story details and some of the stuff that's supposed to be announced on Pokemon Day this year, because Pokemon Day is in, I believe, February. We have some interesting details on the future of PlayStation, so I started adding in some other, some other types of stuff in the Fake Leak Theater. A little bit of diversity never hurt nobody. And of course, we also have a leak at the a potential Nintendo Direct that's supposed to come out on the 18th. Right now, it is the 13th, so I guess we have a couple of days if they decide to announce that Nintendo Direct for the 18th. But I honestly think more than likely it'll be closer to next month. We'll get one, but we do have some details on what 4chan thinks that's going to be as well. So, of course, if you want to continue getting videos like this, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do. Continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/rsmario128. I post a video tweet there every time I post a video, so you'll also get notified that way. Like the video tweet, share the video tweet, and I will shout you out at the end of the episode. As well as check out my second channel, The Loot Box Hero, which has a slightly different vibe. As well as subscribe to this channel, because 80% of you are not subscribed. So go ahead, hit the button, you know what I'm saying? This way you can continue getting this content that you like, So let's get on into Fake Leak Theater. Alright, so the first one we have is going to be on the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So they're expecting this to be released on, well, not released, but announced on Pokemon Day. So Pokemon Day is this day of the year. Basically, it's Pokemon Day. You celebrate Pokemon. I believe it's in February. Hold a second, let me confirm. Yeah, February 27th. So a little over a month away. Month and some change. Month and a couple weeks. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's a little ways away, but still. So it says, planned to be revealed on Pokemon Day, the expansion DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will be adding a lot of new areas. One was teased in Paldea's map. The one, I'm skipping words. The one that was teased in Paldea's map was a teaser for what's to come. Instead of it being 2 packs, there will be 1 pack adding everything new. You will have to beat the game to play the DLC. You will be able to get to those areas by a boat ride. So an island. Kind of like I was saying in the video yesterday. One character will be in the DLC, and it's AI Heath. AI Heath is a robot of, you guessed it, Heath. But somehow AI Heath has great connections with Tetsudisk. Tetsudisk is a grass fairy type, is the creator of the terrestrial phenomenon, and basically the 3rd legendary. Diancie is also related to Tetsudisk, so more connections to Generation 6. The parents of Nimona also has their own story in the DLC revolving around Goldingo and his secret forms you can get by collecting 350 of 2 specific coins. There is another story revolving around the origins of Paradox Pokemon. You will meet someone named Tempest. He's a time traveler that met the 2 Paradox Pokemon that helped Arceus. Surging Wave was an electric water type, which is, I guess, Suicune, and Blooming Landscape, which is a ground fighting type, which is the original form of the Unova trio. So basically, the Suicune and Virizion paradoxes are like the original form of those legendary trios. Now I think that's kind of interesting, because we didn't know that the legendary dogs, might have been one Pokemon at one point or something. But the that's the thing though. The Virizion was part of a quartet. He was a part of a trio. So it was Virizion. It was the other one. I can't think of all their names now. It's Cobalion, Virizion. It was the one that everybody used. It was a rock fighting type. I can't think of his name now. And then there was the water fighting type, which was like the one that got the movie. Keldeo was that one. So it was actually 4 of them. It wasn't actually a trio. There will be new Pokemon, by the way. See you on Pokemon Day. Remember this post. So again, now this is kind of interesting because some of these have actually turned out to be real. But most of them are fake. It is 4chan, so take it with a grain of salt. But this actually sounds like the most interesting one. There's at least 3 different storylines here. There's some expected stuff like the 2 new paradoxes, the third mom, but the stuff about Nemona's parents is interesting, and the time travel, all that stuff really seems pretty good. So take it with a grain of salt though, because it is still 4chan. Alright, so this is when we get to the different part of the show. So I decided to go ahead and add in some different video game leaks. There's still leaks, they're still possibly fake, it's still 4chan. But just a little bit of diversity. This is 2023. Everything's about diversity and inclusion and including everybody. So we got the future of PlayStation here. So they're saying PlayStation's plans for 2023 and beyond. So PC ports are planned for the next 12 months are going to be Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Demon Souls, and Horizon Forbidden West. So that Ghost of Tsushima PC version, bruh, that junk gonna blow up some PCs. Ghost of Tsushima is probably one of the best looking games out right now as far as like PS4, PS5 games. So that's gonna be crazy. I'm tempted to double dip into that myself. You know what I'm saying? Naughty Dog will reveal a PS5 port of Last of Us Part 2. I 120% believe that could possibly happen. Because Sony has been on this goofy thing where they are remaking PS4 games on PS5. Like, they've already remade, like, The Last of Us. There's rumors that they're going to be remaking Horizon, the original Horizon. I wouldn't be surprised if they remade Last of Us Part 2. A new Uncharted game that is both a sequel to Uncharted 4 and a soft reboot to the series. The release of the Last of Us multiplayer game will be summer/fall of 2023, and a new IP that is an open world fantasy game. Now, there was actually a leak that I forgot. I wanted to do a video on it on my second channel, the Lootbox Hero, shameless plug. But I forgot and they got taken down. But there was a leak of a game from PlayStation, and it was like a rough alpha, and it was like a dude, and he was walking, and there was like this big dragon looking monster. So that could be real. It could be a coincidence, but it could be real though, because there was definitely a PlayStation game leak like this earlier this week. Let's see. The IPs only getting revived on PlayStation 5 are Killzone VR. Killzone on VR. Okay. After the release of Call of the Mountain, Motorstorm, Ape Escape, and PlayStation All Stars. Yeah, that sounds unremarkable. PlayStation Showcase coming up in June. State of Plays will be in February, March, and May. That's a lot of state of plays. Why would they do them back to back? Like February. That's a lot of state of plays. State of plays are usually kind of hit or miss anyway, though. Sucker Punch is working on a new IP. Of course they are. Reveals for Ben Studio, Pixopolis, and Asobi project. Asobi is? Who Asobi made? What game did they make? Okay, they did Astro's Playroom. Okay, yeah. All right. So They're doing new projects. Media Molecule, we bringing Dreams, or they're making a sequel to Dreams, which is an expanded version of Dreams on PlayStation 5 with VR support, which that should be kind of lit. If you're in a dream, because Dreams, you can kind of develop your own game for the most part. So with VR2 support, that should be kind of lit. Let's see, several game as a service games. So yeah, that's kind of something that was I think it was leaked last year that Sony wants to make like 12 game as a service games, which that seems like a lot, but I can see over the next like 5 to 6 years or whatever. Titles will get a full reveal, so it'll be Firewall, Divination, London, Guerrilla, Naughty Dog, and Arrowhead will all get game as a service games. And a new PS2 emulator. And an official PS3 emulator. Which, okay, all that sounds pretty cool. Again, grain of salt, but it sounds very, very feasible. Alright, because Sony has been in a weird pattern lately where they are remaking a lot of their games. And I don't hate it, but I think the resources could be spent elsewhere. Alright, then we get to the big dog. The big dog of this show, Nintendo Direct. So people are saying that there's supposed to be a Nintendo Direct on the 18th of this month. I call cap on that. I mean, well, they usually announce a Nintendo Direct like 2-3 days beforehand. So it's the 13th as of this recording. So, you know what I'm saying? They've got time to announce one. But I don't know if it's going to be this early. I really think it's going to be February. I think it's going to be closer to Pokémon Day. Because they'll have a Nintendo Direct, and then Pokémon Day will do the Pokemon stuff. Or they may even wait till after Pokemon Day and let them do what they're going to do, so then they can maybe do more of Pokemon on the Direct. You know, either way, I don't think it's going to be for another 3-4 weeks or maybe a month or so. But it says it starts off with a Monster Hunter update with the new Velhana rare species variant deviant, one of those, and also Risen Valtrex, who looks very red. Okay. Ryozu Tsujimoto comes out on screen and announces the first Sunbreak collab with Dragon's Dogma. More to come. Don't care. I don't have anything against Monster Hunter or Sunbreak. It's just the collabs always seem kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know. Konami appears on screen and Solid Snake appears, says, kept you waiting, huh? And then it says Metal Gear Solid Picross. Really? You know what? That is just trolly enough to work. Alright, I can see that happening. Because everybody believes that Metal Gear Solid 3, either Metal Gear Solid 1 or Metal Gear Solid 3 are gonna get a remake of some sort. Maybe a full remake, like, you know, like kind of like the style of Demon Souls, or a port. So that's what people are thinking now. So of course, if Metal Gear Solid dropped at a Nintendo Direct and then it turned to be freaking Picross, I can see that happening. That would be hilarious. New card game, JRPG from Square Enix based on Final Fantasy for the Switch in development. I think they already announced a card game. Somebody has a card game RPG coming to the Switch. The shitty open world indie cutesy game called Wildworks. Why it got to be like that, bro? Why you gotta throw shade at them people game like that? Final push and in development showcase for Fire Emblem Engage and game mechanics, which that is totally expected. If I'm not, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get a whole Fire Emblem Direct just focused on Engage, because that's the big title for right now. Shitty indie game that looks like a Doom ripoff. Now that don't sound bad as long as it don't look stupid. Trailer for Xenoblade 3 DLC, Pyra and Myth are making an appearance for some reason. Dark Souls 2 port, okay. Poppy's Playtime Chapter 1 and 2 version, and they get a collector's edition for that. I have no idea what that is. Fantasian port. Don't know what that is either. Previously announced indie game montage, so basically a little indie segment that they always do. Miyamoto comes on screen with Chris Pratt to talk about the Mario movie. New trailer shows we get to see Daisy. That I can see that. The one thing I don't like about the Mario movie trailers is we get too much. Like we already know that Mario Kart is going to be a part of it now. That should have been a surprise. Like they really didn't have to show that in the trailer. Immediately followed Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Wave 4 trailer featuring a track from the movie, which I believe was Rainbow Road. So, okay. Shitty God Sim. Oh my gosh. Why is so much shade, man? Good lord. Another shitty RPG game called Heroes of War or something super. I ain't even gonna say that. That's gonna get you canceled. So then it says Splatoon 3 trailer heavily featuring Pearl and Mariana, but they're wearing Daft Punk style helmets. They are mind controlled by a mysterious entity, which will be a major plot point for the story. Another montage of previously shown Nintendo games. Doug Bowser. This is a long presentation. Good lord. Doug Bowser comes up and apologizes for Advance Wars and says the game will be released this year, but at a later date. Then he apologizes again, and then Doug says, "But this might cheer you up," and he goes to a Tears of the Kingdom trailer. It shows off new mechanics, new Sky Island, new underground, all the stuff we've seen, and ends with a familiar voice sounding a lot like Faye or Fee. Ayanuma is now standing with Doug. I wonder who that was, holding a Master Sword, and the sword says, I hope you look forward to it. She should tell you that your battery's low. Bring that back. Have Faye start telling you, oh, your Switch battery is low, like she used to do with your Wiimote batteries. So this looks promising. Alright, this looks like a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't remember last year's early direct, but this seems pretty beefy though. Directs like these winter directs in the past, we've had announcements. Three Houses was announced at one of these directs, so it's possible we could get this. But again, this is all in good fun though, so take it with a grain of salt. But that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button. You know what to do. Subscribe. 80% of y'all not subscribed. I will see you. I should be streaming tomorrow, so I will probably see you tomorrow.